Hey guys, welcome back. So we're still working at the Sportster project here. It's coming along. A few changes made to it since since I bought it. Still lots to go. Parts are slow coming in, but at the same time I want it done so I can ride. So I'm gonna do some temporary modifications so that we can get it on the road. And as parts come in, we can start, making changes again. I like this part, so I'm okay with that. So this is I think that's a stock seat, a double seat. That's not the one that I was gonna run, but my wife likes to come out and ride, so it has to be able to have a double and a single. Here's the solo seat there that I'll likely run most of the time until I get a king and queen seat. That's my goal for down the road. The one I want is sold out, and it's like $700 or something like that. So the envelope's a bit thin right now, so we're gonna save a few bucks and then we're gonna order one of those up. But for today, I think we're gonna make a sissy bar. I bought this taillight. Something drew me to it. I really like the cat eye, or whatever you call it, taillight. Not sure about the big license plate bracket, but I'll see if I can make that work. But I'm gonna put that on a sissy bar back here. So that's the plan today. I'm gonna bend up some stainless and try to get a sissy bar going. The fender is still not in, the rear fender. The tank is off of well, we already talked about this in the last video. It's off some other Harley. It's, I don't know what model exactly, but that's staying for now. But yeah, so we'll get the sissy bar going and at least move forward with that. We'll get some stuff bent. We'll bring you back. All right, so the first thing, I guess, is figuring out how tall we want it. So I'm thinking about 32 to 36 inches tall, kind of thing. Something like that. I'm gonna shoot for 36, and we can fine tune it from there. So we'll go cut a piece of stainless and bend it up. Okay, so I cut a piece 6 feet long. So I'm going to mark it about halfway at 3 feet. And I think I have a jig to bend some bar like this that we made, so I'll go dig that thing up. Okay, so I can't find my jig, so I just made one quickly here right on my table. I just have a hole in my table here, and I weld a round bar on there. And what we're going to do is we're going to heat the round bar, and then we're going to wrap it around here. That'll give us the radius on the tip of the sissy bar. So we'll get the torches out and we'll bend this up. So unfortunately here, I heated a little too much on one side, so we end up with this strange kind of uneven roll there. Take two. Sometimes you have to buy more material because it takes a few shots to get it just right. Well, it's a little better. Not perfect though, but I think we can clean that up. All right, that's not too bad. I think that'll work. So now I want to figure out, I want to put a bend in this. So I'm going to take it to the iron worker and bend it up a bit. A little more. All right, so that's what I got so far. I don't know. I'm thinking that for a design down there, for a mounting bracket. Do the same thing for the other side. Looks pretty decent, I think. And I was debating on this. This is the bracket for the other side, but I was debating on continuing this look up even a little further. I'm not sure. Anyways, we'll see. So that's what it looks like so far. So over on this side, that's gonna go like so. Let me get some bolts here and we'll try it on and see what it looks like. There's so many different angles I'm working with here. There's a lot of back and forth. You'll also see this video was filmed throughout different parts of the bike project, just because I worked with what I had at the time and waiting on parts and whatever. So you'll see the bike is two different colors throughout this video. So, but it is what it is, right? Do what I can when I have the time. So that's gonna go like that, I'm thinking. Looks half decent, I think. I'm just going to put a small tack on it so it doesn't move on me. Better turn the welder on. I don't know. I think that looks okay. What do you guys think? I think I approve. Hard to say. Let's see what it looks like with the solo seat. No fender for reference, but I don't know if I like it leaning back so much. Well, I'm going to say that's good. What about the tail light? Where do we want that to be? That's the next question. Too high? Yeah, that's too high. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so I need something for the license plate to bolt to as well. That's going to go back there somewhere. Try to get that straight. There's nothing to really reference by. That's kind of the tricky part here. Maybe if we go from the pole. All right, so I got it all pretty well tacked together. So I just always put 2 tacks on every weld so things don't move on you, and before you bring it to the table to weld it solid. So I think that's what it's going to be. I might add to it later, but for now that's it. So I'm going to bring it to the table and weld it all up. All right, well, that's mounted on there. You know, I like the tail light. I just don't like that chrome plate that's below it. And I don't know, it seems to be, I don't know if this was made overseas or what, but look at how what a square that thing is. Like, you don't really see it through the camera, but I clearly see it here. There's a whole lot more material sticking out here. Well, look, see, this sticks out here. This side does not. This thing is an odd shape. It must be a defect, and that's why they're selling them so cheap. I kind of wondered. So I bet you that's what it is. So I think I'm going to cut this apart here. I'm going to take this big plate off of there. I'm not doing it tonight. It's Friday night. I'm going to go home and see the wife, but I think that's how I'm going to keep this sissy bar. I might add to it later. I don't know. I'll have to sit here and look at it and see if I approve or not. Also not sure about, it might be leaning back more than I want it to be. All right, as soon as I left the room and I walked back in and I looked at this, I realized something was really wrong. And I guess what's happened here, so this line here was supposed to be parallel with this one, and it's not. So the whole thing must have came back a bit on me as I was tacking it together, or it pulled when I was welding. It is supposed to be a little more upright. So this line is sort of parallel with the back of the frame here. So I'm gonna cut that apart and I'm gonna fix that because it's driving me nuts. And the other thing is too, the more I look at this taillight assembly, the more I realize that big chrome plate does not belong there. So I'm gonna cut that off. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with it yet, but like I said, I like the taillight. I don't like this big plate. So I may cut it out and leave just a tab on here that I can put 2 bolts in to hold the license plate and the taillight, rather than this big goofy looking plate. And it's totally off square. Look, you can see it. See, we're just about flush here, and over here, look at the overhang. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys can see that now. And I don't know if that's a defect or for whatever, you know, why would it be made like that? Unless it was sat offset on the vehicle it came from. I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is I can't have that on there. It doesn't look right. So I'm cutting that plate and I'm gonna fix these lines. You can probably see them better now. This line and this line is supposed to be parallel. And it's close, but it's not perfect. Which, if I make it closer to parallel, the sissy bar will have less of a lean to it. It's just leaning too far back. I mean, you can see it. I mean, so that's the plan. I'm going to cut that apart, and then we'll reassess it and see if we need to make some more adjustments from there. All right. I don't know if you guys can see the difference there, but I brought this up a little bit and took a bit of that slant in there. And now I'm just working on the license plate, light and bracket. So I've cut that plate off of there. I think that looks a little cleaner. So that's gonna now go on the back here. Yeah, that looks much cleaner in my opinion. Something like that. So I'm going to work on that now, make a bracket for that, and it should be alright, I think. So yeah, those lines are a little better there. Slightly less of a lean to it. I prefer that. So, alright, I got the plate on there and the light on there. I feel that looks pretty good. Now, I think I'm going to put a couple of these horizontal bars in, just to give it a little more character. And I might put them in and take them right back out again. I don't know. But we're going to try and see what it looks like. Don't mind the noise, you guys are sitting right on the welder. And you guys all crooked there? It's hard to see. Alright. Fender to know exactly where the seat is going to sit in order to eyeball this piece on there. I wanted it down lower, but That could get in the way of my seat. Maybe that doesn't look right. It's not easy to eyeball the bike on a lean there. I wish I had a rack for it, but that looks pretty good, I think. All right. I totally wish I had the fender for it, because that makes or breaks a look, you know. I know the sissy bar is going to look too far back once I have the solo seat on, but I don't have a choice there. And my wife desperately wants to ride this year. She's the riding type, you know what I'm saying, Sam? Yeah, okay, enough of that. All right, that's good. I think we're going with that look. I was gonna put a bit of a, almost like a bit of a baggage rack on the back. When I go do some bike camping with the boys, it's nice to have the more spots to put gear, the better. But that's what a pack sack is for, I guess. So, all right, I think that's it. That's what we're going with. Yeah, I like it. Perfect. This is going to get painted matte black, I believe, as well. So I'll show you guys an end result when everything is painted and finished. But for today, that's all we got. All right, that's it for today, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you liked the video, and subscribe if you're not. There'll always be more videos, always something different, whether it's a build or an adventure, and we'll see you on the next one.